data has value. That's why cybercriminals want to steal it. However, to succeed in stealing data, it's rarely necessary for a thief to erase the data from its storage location. Rather, just taking a look at the data or making a copy is all a cyber thief needs to extract value. This is because certain types of information only retain their value if the information is kept secret. In this lesson, we will consider the technical means by which data can be kept secret. Our topic this time is cryptography, the science of encryption. The word cryptography comes from two ancient Greek words that combine the notions of secret and writing, which describes a very general idea of what encryption is all about. Cryptographic technologies allow users to save data in a way that protects it from unauthorized use. In theory, an encrypted message can be transmitted over public networks, with the message remaining unreadable by all but authorized recipients. In practice, other precautions may also be needed. However, encryption is still the backbone of any secure storage or network transmission system. However, some types of encryption are stronger than others. In ancient times, Julius Caesar was reputed to have used a form of encryption that replaced each letter of his messages with alternative letters 3 places away in alphabetic order. So A became D, B became E, C became F, and so on. In this system, the message string attack at dawn becomes DWWDFN, DW, GDZQ. This Caesar cipher, based on a simple letter shift, is easy to figure out, and many people today enjoy puzzle books with more difficult code-breaking problems than this one. But the Caesar cipher does illustrate some of the key ideas behind encryption.
Well, there's never been a more exciting time to be in security. The landscape's always changing, and you can try to keep up on all of the attacks and techniques. But the really important thing is that students these days are lucky in that they have all these online courses that they can take to learn how to hack or learn how to defend, learn about Metasploit, learn about cryptography. And if they follow through with that, and they maybe get a degree, it's very easy to come to a place like F5. And as I said, it's so hard to find good people. We'll just hire them like that.
A complete set of technologies that come together to form and communicate secret messages is called a crypto system. Some crypto systems are more complex than others, but even a very simplistic crypto system like the Caesar cipher has the most essential of these elements. The first element in a crypto system is the original message. This message is called the plain text. In our example, attack at dawn is the plain text. Next, the crypto system needs a transformation rule or algorithm. An algorithm is a step-by-step mathematical process in which identical inputs will always yield identical results. In a substitution cipher like the Caesar cipher, the algorithm is simply to take the numerical position of each letter in the alphabet and to shift that number in a pre-selected way. In order to seed the algorithm and make the system more unpredictable to an eavesdropper, a secret key is needed. The secret key is shared between both the sender and the receiver. In the case of the Caesar cipher, the secret key is +3. Both Caesar and his generals needed to know that each message letter was going to be shifted exactly 3 spaces. If the generals got the secret mixed up and only thought it was +2, they might have decrypted the secret message as BUUB DLBU EBXO. So both message encryption and decryption depend on the accurate and secure distribution of the secret key. So in a crypto system, the plain text gets translated into a secret message called a ciphertext. The ciphertext in turn gets turned back into the original plain text. Both sender and receiver have to agree on which algorithm they are using. And in a substitution cipher system like the Caesar cipher, they also have to agree on a shared secret key. Loss of the secret key means the whole system would be compromised. The Caesar cipher is suitable nowadays only for puzzle enthusiasts, but in its essential elements it illustrates the main ideas of one major branch of cryptography, symmetric key encryption. In symmetric key encryption, both sender and receiver have the same secret key. The integrity of the system is only as good as the secrecy of its key. The Caesar cipher is a very weak crypto system because the key is so easy to guess. For example, if Caesar's enemy knows that any given message is transmitted with a simple letter shift, then it would only take a maximum of 26 guesses, in English, to figure out any message. A little knowledge of the frequency of letters in English writing and some practice with games like Scrabble or Wheel of Fortune will speed up the process even more. The art of breaking down a crypto system in order to decode the ciphertext is called cryptanalysis. Cryptanalysis has been able to break substitution ciphers over the years through letter frequency attacks and other forms of statistical analysis. The World War II Enigma machine, used by the German Navy of its era, was one example of a crypto system that yielded its secrets to statistical cryptanalysis. Modern symmetric crypto systems are much more complex and robust than a simple substitution cipher ever could be. For example, Advanced Encryption Standard, AES, with its 256-bit encryption keys, can only be cracked by trying all combinations over a period of millions of years. That is not to say that security researchers will not keep searching for ways to break AES. No cryptographic algorithm exists in a vacuum. If AES is implemented badly in hardware or software, where the key is seeded and generated with an obvious password, then it does not take billions of years of guesswork to discover an AES key. But even these exceptions prove the rule. You can try to crack an algorithm like AES with a vast array of supercomputers and loads of mathematical sophistication. Or you can figure out how to guess somebody's weak password or extract a weakly guarded secret key from either end of a secure conversation. In principle, a symmetric crypto system can be made absolutely unbreakable with a long enough key. This is the idea behind a system called the one-time pad. For a one-time pad to work, there are a couple major requirements. First, the crypto key has to be longer than the original plaintext. If the key is longer than the plaintext, there will be no letter frequency repetition patterns, so statistical analysis will fail. Second, like the name says, in a one-time pad system, each crypto key can only be used once. If crypto keys get reused and recycled, this gives statistical cryptanalysis patterns they can discover, making the total system more subject to attack. The one-time pad illustrates a central problem with secret key symmetric crypto systems. The object is to figure out how to get a secret key to the other end of the line. You could use one secret key to encrypt another secret key, but that just adds one more layer to the same problem. Until a secret key has secured the channel, some other means of secret key transmission will be required. Armored cars and couriers are one way to do this. So the more unbreakable a crypto system is, the more physical effort is required to manage and set it up. If you need to run armored cars and couriers to set up keys for every message, why not just send the messages that way? So in practice, there are always trade-offs between cryptographic strength and the management effort required to implement the crypto system. E-commerce depends on our willingness to make some of these trade-offs between message security and management simplicity. If every online purchase required an armored car courier service to set up each secure transaction, there would be no Cyber Monday. On the other hand, even the least skilled script kiddie can capture network transmissions over the air or over a wire. So sending things like credit card numbers as unencrypted plaintext also would fail for e-commerce support. The answer that allows e-commerce is a different kind of crypto system, an asymmetric or public key crypto system. Time doesn't allow us to go into full details about how a public key crypto system works, but the basic idea is that all crypto keys come in pairs. One member of each key pair is called the private key. The other member is called the public key. These public-private key pairs are built to mathematically work together. Just as in symmetric key crypto systems, asymmetric private keys need to be guarded as secrets or the whole system will fail. Public keys, however, can be freely distributed, for example, on public websites. Public keys are less secret than a house key hidden under a doormat. They are more like a house key sitting on top of a doormat, painted orange, with a big sign pointing to it saying, "Here is the key." That is to say, public keys are not secret at all. Public key cryptography is often illustrated with the parable of Alice and Bob. Alice encrypts her message with her private key and sends both the message and her public key to Bob. Bob decrypts Alice's message with the public key she shared. Assuming Bob trusts that the public key he received really is from Alice, a message decrypted with that public key can only come from Alice. To set up a secure message channel, Bob can reverse this process. He can encrypt a reply using his own private key, and he can send his encrypted reply along with his public key back to Alice. Using this kind of system, there are ways that Alice and Bob can set up a secure message channel in which there is a secret they share on each end of the channel, based on different secrets that each of them keep privately and never send over the channel. In the parable of Alice and Bob, there is usually an evil third party, Eve the eavesdropper. Eve sits in the middle of the message channel and practices cryptanalysis. Some of Eve's very best techniques involve fooling Bob into thinking Eve is Alice, and fooling Alice into thinking Eve is Bob. So to express this briefly by way of summary, public key cryptography depends on proof of identity. There are many ways online to demonstrate we are who we say we are. As with crypto systems, some of these proofs of identity are stronger than others. In our next lesson, we'll take a closer look at different technologies used to demonstrate online identity.